What is up, guys? Welcome to another video. If you've been following along the channel for the last couple of months, I've been slowly rebuilding my Legacy GT, and there's only really two things remaining that's holding up the rebuild. And I mean, realistically, one thing I can kind of get away with, the other thing, it needs to happen. So I actually finished it. It's back there outside. I finished it. I drove it to work one day, and I noticed the rotors were really bad. Every time you brake, it's just like do, 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 do. So I ordered brand new rotors. They should be some decent rotors, nothing special. I got it from Subi Supply Co. Part number on them is there. The only other thing to do is I have an ABS light on the Legacy. Now that light was on before the accident, but I knew what it was, and it's basically a speed sensor. So I have a new speed sensor right here. Well, it's not new, it's definitely used, but I have a new one for me that I got from my parts car back here. So really quick, I just want to show you guys a trick of how to check your state of your vehicle and figure out what code is going on in your vehicle without a code reader. What's cool about this trick is it will show you your ECU code, so like a P code, but also your BCM, so body control module. So if you got like a C code, it will show you. That's what I had to do to figure out what sensor was the issue, just because I really don't want any check lights on the car. I like a dash that's not lit up. I'm also loving the look of the new interior of the black leather. This came out of 2005 and I put in my 2006. So if you're interested in that swap, check my previous videos. So what you're gonna have to do is you're gonna have to get in your car, put the key in, you're gonna have to go into ignition, but you're starting with the lights off. Once you turn on the ignition, you're gonna go on, you're gonna tap, I forget what you call this, but you're gonna tap that button 4 times. Oh, it's doing it, that's interesting. Then you would go off, and then you'd hit that 4 more times, and then you would go on, and then 4 more times, and then it will show your code right here. So let me show you guys that right now. So on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. As you can see, there's no P code. I don't have any check engine light code, so it's not gonna show anything. And that is my C code for my BCM. I'll go ahead and do a quick Google search and show you guys what that is exactly, but it should be my passenger rear speed sensor. So just by doing a quick Google search right there, C0102 is rear ABS wheel sensor. It says left hand. Uh-oh. Is it the right or the left? Yeah, I made a mistake. So C0102 would be the rear right hand side, and C0102 is the left hand side, which is what I have. And if you're sitting in the driver's seat, left is the driver rear. Also double checked, there's a bunch of these codes here. I'll go ahead and actually link this forum down below, so if you guys are interested in it, or if you have a different code, you can then, check it. It's pretty useful. It has a lot of codes and what they mean. Luckily, I do have this parts car. I ended up taking out the left-hand side of the speed sensor, cleaned it up, and I do know that both of these, well, they should work, because when I pulled this car in, there was no ABS lights. So hopefully it works. Let's go ahead and throw this in. Luckily, it's only a couple of simple hand tools to install it, like a couple 10 mils, 12 mils, ratchet, spanner, and a pry tool like a flathead or whatever. WD-40, it's pretty easy. So with the wheel off, it's pretty straightforward. It's going to be a 12 mil right here, another one in behind here. It's kind of difficult to see, but I'm touching it. A 10 mil right here for the sensor. And then if you go back here, there's another 12 mil right here, but it's on the other side. That's also holding on the bracket for the e-brake. So make sure you line those back up and you put them on. And then down below, it's gonna be difficult to see right now. I don't even know if I can see it. In here somewhere, I can't even see right now, there should be a connector, and that connector you'll have to disconnect and this whole part will come out. Honestly, it's not too bad to do. It's just a little tight and awkward, so let's swap that out quick. bolt's freed up. I like to leave the speed sensor still in and leave that last. Now we should be able to see the connection. You can see it right here. Now that should be able to just push it and it should pop out. In theory, I can't do this with one hand. There we go. She's free. Now if we're lucky, the speed sensor will pop right out, but we're probably not gonna be lucky. So typically you can get like a pry tool or a flathead and it'll come out. This car doesn't seem to be the case. Oop. I give it a little knock, free it up. Oh, it's coming. Now obviously this one I don't care about, so I'm being a little aggressive with it, but it came out pretty easy. And all that should just come right out. Now are we lucky, which I'm usually not, this should just hop right in with ease. Give her a little couple taps and we should be good. There. Should be good as new. I guess we can try cranking it and see what happens. I don't know if I gotta reset anything. Oh, just like that, it went away. Beauty. So I'm happy it was definitely the driver rear, not the passenger rear. I'm gonna go ahead and swap the rotor. I'm actually on a bit of a time crunch. I'm getting my hair cut. It's kind of gotten out of hand, so I'm on the clock for that. Let's try to get the rear done. If I can get the rear done before my appointment, I'll be happy. So let's get her done. Rotor is on. I have to say, doing the rear Brembos on these cars are a pain in the ass because you have to run an adapter to fit them because obviously they were never meant to fit. I actually ran out of time, so I will be back with a fresh head of hair. And I don't know if it's gonna be today, it's likely gonna be tomorrow. We'll see, it's supposed to rain. Maybe tomorrow, probably not today. Maybe 2 days, maybe a week, I don't know. But we're gonna get it done. I'm stoked. I'm excited to get these rotors on. I'm not even gonna show it, I'm just gonna do it. Everyone knows how to do rotors. I've done a video of this in the past. It's really not too bad. Fronts bolt right up, real easy. Rears suck, no one likes doing the rears, but fronts, super easy. So, I'll be back when we're ready to do a first test drive. It's gonna be pretty sweet. Look at that. She's actually ready to drive. From smashing the front end of the car, rebuilding the whole front end, pulling the transmission and replacing it with one that's not damaged. What else? Replacing the rotors, pads, fixed the rear speed sensor light. We even replaced the seats with 05 seats that required swapping out the SRS module because it was an 05 and it wasn't compatible. We did a lot. I even got a haircut that's been well overdue. What I'm thinking we do is we take this thing out for a rip. I really want to get these brakes bedded in, so I think we should do that. Now my old rotors, they had a slight wobble to them. I guess they were slightly warped. I don't know. They were cheap. Really hoping these are not the same issue. But let's see. Let's see how she feels. No lights on the dash. That's what I like to see. Now that being said, yes, the car is fixed. It's ready to drive. There's literally nothing to stop me from driving this car now, so I am excited. I am going to drive it again after like 5 months, I feel like, of just not having it. The only thing really left to do right now is the AC. And I could just probably pull a vacuum and call that a day. Hold on, let me get the brake pads full of fluid. Probably just call it a day and just pull a vacuum, and then, you know, I would have AC. But because the line's kinked and I have a good one from the parts car, I'm really debating on just, you know, swapping in a good one that's not kinked. Let's go ahead and brake. Oh, this is good brakes. These are good brakes, man. Damn. Lesson learned, guys. Do not cheap out on brakes. Don't do it. All right, let's do a couple more hard stops just so we know we're bougie. But she feels good. STI steering rack, I really like it. It's something I really didn't get to use. I think I had the car running for like 2 weeks before I crashed it after doing the steering rack swap. So that was a bummer, but that's okay. We'll get to enjoy it now. All right, let's do a 60 stop. Pretty good. All my stuff's flying everywhere. I'm pretty sure it's safe to say these brakes they're good. I'm sure a lot of the people that are subscribed to my channel were subscribed because of the STI. I know I haven't really done a lot of STI stuff lately. I miss working on the STI. I always enjoyed working on the STI. It's just nice working on something that's, you know, not rusted and you could easily take the bolts off. You know, I do love this car, but it has its perks working on a new car. If you're worried, it's coming back, so don't worry. Legacy GT videos are still gonna come. Might take a break right now on working on the cars. Just I do have a backlog of videos I have to upload, so I am going to prioritize my time on that, as well as just the house. Working on the house, been taking my time. If you guys enjoyed the video, please feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and take it easy.